Hi, I'm Jennifer from Shabby Fabrics. Today I'm going to show you some embroidery stitches. We'll be working on the lazy daisy, the chain stitch, and the stem stitch. We've got some free projects for you using those stitches, and those are available on our homepage. At the very bottom, click on the free downloads. You're looking for the Fall in Love embroidery project, and that will be for this pillow here, and also the Give Thanks embroidery, and that's what's being featured over here. Now the fall leaves that are in the project are our shabby shapes. These are the medium maple leaves. We have those in small, medium, large, extra large, as well as a variety of other shapes for other seasons and holidays. So think beyond fall. These stitches, of course, could be used in any project, and the shabby shapes could be used in any project as well. So just dream, dream. And let me show you how to get going with our 3 new stitches. So they're fun and they're easy. I like to use the Richard Hemmings embroidery needles. These are a size 4. A package of these is like $2.50, $3. It's super affordable. Just pick them up. They'll last you forever. They're very sturdy. They really don't bend. I'm using some embroidery floss. 2 strands or 3 strands is typically what I use. I've got 2 in here today. I've just threaded my needle and I've got a knot in the end, and I've just drawn some very basic shapes. Now I like to embroider with a hoop. It just keeps it a little more taut, the project a little more taut, so you don't get puckering. Now I've definitely done plenty of embroidery without a hoop, but if I'm going to cover a big distance, I like to use a hoop. So the first thing we'll be working on is the lazy daisy. So notice how I have kind of a teardrop shape. I'm going to come up. First thing I should probably do is actually put on my glasses so I can see this up and close. So I'm going to come up. The first thing I like to do with a lazy daisy is I like to just pull my thread off to the side. The reason I do that is I'm going to go right back down where I came up, and I'm trying to make sure that I missed that knot in the back. I've definitely gone right back down through the knot, and it just created a mess. Things got tangled up in a quick hurry, so that's why I like to pull this off to the side. It helps open up that hole, and I can get right back down in there, and I do not want to go right back down through that knot, which I just picked up. There we go, I just moved it to the side. Now, I kind of keep my thumb here because it's keeping this loop. Now I'm going to come up, see where the scoop is on that? I'm going to come up almost on the line, just slightly under, and I'm going to put my needle there. Now I kind of keep my thumb in it and keep everything nice and taut until I feel like I can let it go. Now I feel like I have a nice teardrop shape. I'm going to go over the thread or the floss and just anchor that. You see that? I'm going to do it again. Let me do it right over here. We're going to come up here, off to the side, back down through. Remember, my thumb is going to kind of hook that. There's my line, so I'm coming up either just almost an imperceptible distance beneath it, putting my needle through my little loop, pull it so it's about the same tautness, it's the same fullness as the other teardrop I just did, and come back down. So that's all there is to making lazy daisies. They're super fun. I really enjoy it. The only difference, well, I shouldn't even say a difference, how a lazy daisy becomes a chain stitch is you just keep it going. So let's say that we wanted for the straight line it to be a chain stitch. You're just going to do the lazy daisy stitch like this. The only difference is, instead of anchoring it and going back down, I'm going to bring my needle back down through, or very close to, where I just came up, and I'm going to make another lazy daisy. You see that? And we just keep it going. And the goal here is to make this that as nice and even as you can. So whatever this distance is, say it's 1/4 of an inch, you just want to be consistent about that. And you just keep this going. Now, if you don't want your lazy daisies to be as open, simply tug a little bit tighter. I'll show you what I mean. I can tug this a little bit tighter, and you see how that one's a little more closed? It just depends on the look you're going for. Once you get all the way to the end to complete it, you simply go back down into, like you would a lazy daisy here, and then you'll come to the back. And I just go under several times, like this. Oh, I got a little bit of a loop in the back here. Let me just work that out. And I'll go under again. And you see how I kind of use my thumb or my fingers to try to keep things as taut as I can and keep things where they should belong. So, you know, don't just be like kind of out here. Use your other hand to help you out and keep knots and whatnot out of the way. So I'm just going to kind of thread that back through, and then I'm going to go ahead and clip that. Now we'll move on to the stem stitch. So you've seen a lazy daisy, and then basically a chain stitch is nothing more than a lazy daisy. It's just connecting. It's just connecting multiple ones. Now for the chain stitch, which is also a really neat, or not a chain stitch, excuse me, but a stem stitch, this is really a neat one too. We'll come over here and we'll do that right there. Again, you're just going to come up. And I like to, especially on a curve, you can't take big long stitches on a curve, right? Or it's going to be very kind of choppy. So the more curved your shape is, the shorter these stitches need to be. I'm going to go maybe 1/4 of an inch, about like here. Again, I'm going to hold that stitch off to the side and hold it off here so you can see it. I'm going to come up that mid distance. From here and here, there's that mid distance, and that's about right there. I'm going to come up, and I'm going to come right about that same 1/4 of an inch. Now I'm going to move that to the side, and I'm coming up where my other stitch was. You see that? This is a stem stitch. Go down there, about like that. Again, this is not hard. It's time consuming, but the results are so beautiful. I mean, look at the projects, you know, on either side of me. They're just so beautiful, and it's so relaxing. This is portable. So when you're driving in a car, maybe you're flying somewhere, maybe you're at a baseball game that'll never end, and you're just bored or whatnot, this is a great thing to be able to do because you don't have to have your sewing machine with you. It's beautiful and it's portable. So again, just one more stitch. You get the idea behind the stem stitch. It's not that different in look than, say, a back stitch, but it gives a little bit of this turning, and it's kind of just yet another stitch. So that's all there is to learning the lazy daisy, the chain stitch, and the stem stitch. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're always coming out with new projects, DIY, quilts, and beyond.